Date that the Warren Commission was established by Johnson was a date with 122 numerology, an interesting number. A date with a life lesson number of 59. John F. Kennedy equals 59. Kill equals 59. It was Senate Joint Resolution number 137. 137 is the 33rd prime number. The report from the Warren Commission was given to President Johnson on September 24th, 1964. That is 9/11, September 11th on the Julian calendar. It's also a date with 116 numerology, which is 911 upside down. It's a date with 35 numerology, the number that connects to Kennedy. The report was released to the public on September 27th. A date with 119 numerology, September 11th. In a lot of parts of the world, they write the day before the month, so 9/11 was 11/9. Important numbers, Star of David equals 119, the number of the Zionists. All-Seeing Eye equals 119. The commission was named after Chief Justice Earl Warren, who has gematria of 116, corresponding with when the report was released. A lot of things interesting about Earl Warren. He was born March 19th, 1891, a date with numerology of 131, perfectly corresponding with the gematria of John F. Kennedy, 131. A date with 113 numerology, the number of mainstream dishonest, which is what the Warren Commission was. He would die on a date of July 9th, a lot like 79, like the word murder. Remember, the name Harvey equals 79. And let us close by remembering this. JFK died on the first day of Sagittarius, having gematria of 144. His brother Bobby Kennedy would die at 1:44 in the morning on June 6th. The name Robert Kennedy equals 66. The name Sirhan equals 66. That's doomsday in history in the year 44. All of these phrases up here connect to presidential assassinations. The first ever president died on April 4th. JFK was the 44th term president. Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address not long before his assassination. He dreamed on April 4th he would be shot by an assassin. He would be shot 10 days later by an assassin. Again, the word kill has gematria 44. Truth Seeker, you can trust this video blog, but you can't trust the books out there. Here's one on Lee Harvey Oswald called 48 Hours to Live by Stephen M. Gillen. The name Stephen M. Gillen in gematria sums to 59, just like John F. Kennedy, just like kill. We live in a world with all this coded information put out by the Masons, the Zionists. They control the TV, they control the press, they control the governments. This is what I want people to wake up to. It is a numerological conspiracy. It goes on every day. And people need to wake up to this research because this is the truth. This is their language decoded. You understand gematria, you understand numerology, you can understand the things being done in this world. Until next time, Truth Seeker. Encore, Truth Seeker. I want to touch on a few more points here. I forgot to mention the initials of Lee Harvey Oswald have a simple English gematria of 35. Again, he shot the 35th president, the only Catholic president. He was born 35 days before the assassination anniversary date. Just a second ago, I talked about the number 144 and how it's so connected to these assassinations. The Catholic Church also has a number connection to 144. Notice that Catholic and Pythagorean gematria is 35, and in simple English it's 71. When you write out the word 71, it too sums to 144. The phrase mark of the beast has gematria of 144, and when you sum the first 144 decimal points of pi, it sums to 666. Remember how I talked about the full name for the Warren Commission connected to the number 722, which connects back to pi. All of these numbers come from Revelation in the Bible. All of these numbers are numbers that are significant to Revelation and also have connections in mathematics. So many of you ask me why these people do this. I cannot give you the full answer for that. It seems to be a spiritual practice. It also could just be the work of people who are mad. Here is the definition of gematria. Gematria is an Assyro-Babylonian Greek system of code and numerology later adopted into Jewish culture. If you're not aware, truth seeker, the United States of America is very much a Jewish creation. It was Haim Solomon, who was born on April 7th and who died at age 44, who financed the American Revolutionary War. In Jewish history, they are sure to point this out, that if it wasn't for him, there would probably never be an America. He died at the age of 44, the kill number, and he was born on April 7th, 4/7, a very important number to the Zionists. On September 11th, it was the Solomon Brothers building, named after him, Haim Solomon, that was 47 floors tall, each floor 47,000 square feet. Solomon Brothers building has gematria of 116 or 911 upside down. On that day, it was the third building to fall. It should also be noted that the World Trade Centers, Building 7, were on the 74th meridian, the reflection of 47, the number for Masonic. That birthday of April 7th in other parts of the world is also written 7/4, where the day comes before the month. But here's the definition of gematria, truth seeker. This is what it's about, and that's why these stories are coded this way, because this is a real spiritual practice by the Jewish people who are the Freemasons, who are the Zionists. I'm not saying all Jewish people are connected to this, but the Zionists surely are, and it's why I am able to continually decode history and show how it's all scripted by the same numbers again and again. If you are new here, I have over 800 videos backing up my point. And truth seeker, these people who run the show, they laugh at us. You know, they say the assassination comes from 411 Elm Street when the word assassin equals 411, but they also do things like this. They added Dealey Plaza, where JFK was shot, to the National Reserve of Historic Places on April 19th, 1993, which is the day of the Waco invasion, and the main character in Waco was David Koresh, who was killed at age 33. Waco has gematria of 42, the number connected to Freemason. 2 years after the Waco invasion, Timothy McVeigh would blow up the Oklahoma City building. On the same date, he would later be put to death at age 33. It should be noted that there is a book called The Final Jihad, written before any of the events happened of Oklahoma City. It was written by the brother of the governor of Oklahoma at the time of the Oklahoma City bombing. His brother wrote this book called The Final Jihad, where the main character's name is Tom McVeigh, very similar to Timothy McVeigh, and he blows up the Oklahoma City building in the book by planting explosives in the back of a U-Haul truck. Very similar to the official story. That book was written before any of those events happened. These stories alone on the surface, once understood, show how rigged history is, how well planned out it is, and it reveals that we are living out an ongoing epic written by madmen. The word epic has gematria of 33. With regards to Dealey Plaza and Waco, they're both along Route 77. 77, another very special number. There's conspiracy movies out there that you can even stream on Netflix saying the Bush family is behind the assassination of JFK. I don't buy this theory. I think all of these families are in bed together. They are the Illuminati families, if you will. Anyhow, the Bush family has a connection to the number 77. There is a lot of 77 in their family's history. Here is an aircraft carrier named after George H.W. Bush, the 41st president. It's number 77. And of course, Washington, D.C. is on the 77th meridian, the American meridian. The number 77 very much connects to Judaism, which has a gematria of 77. And let's not forget, it's the Jewish people who are largely responsible for the creation of this nation and a lot of what goes on today. Washington, D.C. itself is all gematria. Washington, D.C. equals 137. 137 is the 33rd prime number. Words such as federal, order, society, masonry, secrecy all have gematria of 33. This is not a coincidence, truth seeker. Here's the 77th meridian in Washington, D.C., known as the American Meridian. So I hope that answers your questions. I know so many of you want to know why this is done. It is done because it is important to them. It is spiritual. Pythagoras, who gave us the musical scale, thought gematria was godly. Pythagoras was very much about gematria. So these are practices that date back to the Roman Empire. So many people come to my videos and assert that I'm making this up. They are wrong. This is a real language, a language secret from us. And it is being revealed right here, and I am actively showing how it has been used throughout history. That's what my contribution is to this. Nobody before me ever showed how gematria was used as a weapon and a way of rigging history. This is what everyone needs to wake up to. If you acknowledge these skills, if you learn these skills, you can apply them. You can help build on the research that I'm doing, and that is one of my main goals, to teach people this skill, to have them apply it, and to have more people help me do what I'm doing, which is awakening people to truth. We're being laughed at, truth seeker. It's all part of an agenda. It's all very much for our demise. We are slaves to a system, and we will be until the day this system is broken. My research has the goal of helping break the chains that we are bound by. All right, truth seeker, until next time.